The 222 portal was yesterday, and we are moving from the wood snake in the Chinese New Year to the fire horse. But listen, before we talk about fire, we need to talk about what never got buried on this land. Empires like to pretend that wars end when treaties are signed. They don't. War ends when the dead are honored, when truth is told, when oaths are kept. Anything less just leaks into the soil and waits. The ancient Chinese understood this. They knew unfinished vows don't disappear. They become spirits. And you wonder why America is haunted by the land, by the braves? Because the land remembers the debt. Haunted. Cycles of abuse. There's an old understanding, older than any dynasty, that when honor is broken, especially at a large scale like the whites did to the braves and the blacks here in America, the dead linger. The dead watch. And sometimes the dead ride. Right now it's 3:33 a.m. on 2/3/26. The turning of the times, the snake shedding its skin. And what comes next does not slither. Nope. It gallops. The fire horse is not fucking gentle energy. The horse is momentum. The horse is truth. The horse is truth in motion. And when the horse is crowned in fire, nothing hidden stays hidden. That's what we're seeing with the files. In the old stories, there's a warrior whose loyalty was so fierce it outlived his body. You understand that? The warrior was so fierce, so loyal. Not because he was perfect, but because he refused to abandon his oath even after death. His name doesn't matter. What matters is the archetype. A protector who could not rest. Someone who could not sleep until the children were safe. A guardian who could not look away. A soul so bound to honor that the afterlife itself rejected him because he had more to do in death. That is what happens when duty is carried without completion. So the blood debt that's owed, the land that remembers, these files proving our government and worldwide they're fucking harming children. The dead remember. That's what happens when leaders send people to die and never answer for it. That's what happens when systems are built on sacrifice and fucking amnesia. The matriarch knows this truth very, very, very well, because women have always been the ones left to bury the bones. In the myth, the land begins to remember. Fog rises over old battlefields, not just physical ones, psychological ones, generational ones. The places where children were promised safety and given silence instead. Where soldiers were promised glory and given graves without names. And from that remembering, the fire horse forms. Not flesh, not blood. Breath. Grief. Unresolved loyalty. The fire horse does not come to conquer. That's patriarchal fantasy. That's bullshit. The fire horse comes to collect what was left undone. This is where the teaching comes from, because the rider is not the point of the fire horse. The horse is. The horse represents the moment when truth gains legs, when lies can no longer stay still. And guess what, motherfuckers? Denial is going to lose its shelter, because we're going to protect the kids. When his story starts moving again, her story will be fucking told, and I'm here to tell it. That's where we are right now. We're entering into the fire horse. You can already feel it, guys. People are restless. Systems are frantic. The patriarchy is crumbling. Those in power are grasping and trying to threaten us with the fucking lies because they were harming children. It's his story being rewritten in real time. The matriarch is here. The goddess has watched for 2,000 years while men fucking shamed her. Patriarchy is ending. in a fire. And that's not strength, it's panic. Fire horse exposes the oath breakers. Not metaphorically, you guys. Nervously, systematically. Anyone who rose with betrayal is going to feel it now. They're going to feel chase. They're going to feel the shadow. Anyone who profited from silence will feel watched by the watchers. Anyone who built safety on the suffering of others will start hearing whoos in their dreams. Clippity-clap, clippity-clap, clippity-clap. And here's the part they never tell you. To the honorable, to the loyal, the fire horse is not terrifying. We love her. To those who kept their word, to those who told the truth even when it cost you, to those who refused to abandon the children, the values, the integrity of being human, the fire horse is the guide, guys. She shows up the way. She shows up the way. She shows up the way she needs to. Fire horse carries you through collapse instead of under it. So we ride above it. This is why the matriarchal wisdom is essential right now. Because matriarchy doesn't worship endless fucking wars. It insists on peace. It says bury the dead properly. Name what the harm was. Tell the truth. And then repair the breach. Or you're going to be haunted by it. On February 17th, we don't tiptoe into the new year. We ride the fire horse. And riding doesn't mean violence, okay? Let's be real fucking clear. Fire is not destruction by default. Fire is illumination, okay? This year burns illusions. It burns false gods. It burns systems that survived only because people were too fucking exhausted to question them. The horse doesn't ask permission. Momentum never does. Okay? So the teaching for the fire horse, the 222-223, if you've been honest, this year will move fast for you. If you've been hiding, this year will move fast towards you. There's no neutral ground in this cycle. The fire horse and the matriarch are not afraid of that. We've waited a long fucking time for evil men to pay the price. We've carried the bones long enough. We've cried and screamed into the void when no one believed it. We've been told to be patient while graves kept filling up with dead children. This is the year truth stops crawling, and it stands, it mounts, and it rides. And whether that feels like salvation or judgment depends entirely on what you chose when no one was watching you. The fog is lifting, the horse is restless, and the land remembers everything. Everything. So move accordingly. And no, the moon was not a paid advertisement in this. The moon came when she wanted to, because she loves me. Blessed are those that will inherit the earth, right? But now we're riding fucking fire horses.